With the increased popularity and success of the Virginia wine industry, there's also been an equivalent interest in Thomas Jefferson's attempts to cultivate wine grapes at Monticello and to make wine. And although ultimately he wasn't successful in that endeavor, people don't realize he was also an avid home brewer, and he brewed beer from ingredients grown on site at Monticello. 200 plus years later, Charlottesville brewery Starr has, in conjunction with Monticello, has created the Monticello Reserve Ale based on ingredients that Jefferson would have used. So today we're going to talk about more about the beer. We also have Peyton Tochterman, a Charlottesville singer-songwriter, with us, and we'll talk about the Charlottesville music scene and his new CD, A New World. So stay right here.
It's a mortal planet, there's no survivors here. If life don't kill you.
Back here I have Peyton Tochterman with me, so thank you for joining us today.
Cheers.
And like I said earlier, Peyton's, you've been based out of Charlottesville quite some time now.
Yeah, I've been there for about 12 years.
Yeah, so you've seen a lot. So I mean, there's peaks and valleys, and there was times where I guess the music scene was based just around the university.
Yeah, it sure was. Since I've been there, it's been pretty great. I mean, I got there in 2000, and the first night I was there, I got to see John Doris play trumpet, and he's a legendary trumpet player down there. And the next night I was in a recording session, recording my first record, first recording project, and I got immersed into the music scene pretty quick with some amazing people. So I've seen a lot of people come through there at this point. But it's always been a pretty good scene. Yeah,
and it's not, most people have the perception that it's Dave Matthews and everyone else, but it's really much bigger than that and vibrant. There's like Ellis Paul has been a huge influence with you, and he's probably the biggest unknown musician there is that's so talented. And,
yeah, sure. Ellis lives there, and he's great. And Sons of Bill, friends of mine, they're there, and there's some amazing people. Carl Anderson's kind of a young guy, up and coming singer-songwriter guy that's gonna be out there doing this, coming in the years to come. And there's some really great musicians.
Yeah, another one we follow a lot is William Walter.
Oh, William's great.
Yeah,
I'm a friend. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he comes up in this area quite a bit.
Tell him I said hi.
And then the venues are, I mean, the Southern is back in business, opening again. Paramount, and then the Jefferson. Yeah,
that's incredible. And then the Pavilion, right? When it's warm out, there's shows at the Pavilion, and then there's a place called the Mockingbird over in Stanton, which is really great. So it's all in that region. It's you can see some great shows in Charlottesville right now.
So and actually, when the Jefferson opened, you actually played in that inaugural show with Sons of Bill.
Yeah.
And then it was Sam Wilson who actually helped produce.
He produced
your latest album, which is A New World.
Yeah.
Now, is it officially released?
No, it's we had a CD release concert in Charlottesville for the people of Charlottesville, but it'll be officially released April 3rd.
Okay. So we still got another over the month. 2 months.
There's some time, but it is. I mean, it is for sale. Right. You can go on my website and buy copies early.
Right. Or go to a show where you're at.
Or to a show. Correct.
And this is really a phenomenal CD. I've had it now for over a month, and I listen to it at least once a week. And you have Sam backing you here. You have Ellis Paul backing you.
Ellis Paul sings. Stacey Earle. Do you know Stacey Earle? She sings. I sing 2 songs with her on there. And then Brian Jones plays drums. He's an amazing drummer. And Daryl Miller on bass. It's a good group of people, and I'm really proud of the work we did.
Yeah,
and I'm proud of the work Sam did. He's a hell of a producer.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody like Johnsburg is an amazing song. But then a lot of these are built out of some personal experiences that you've had. If you want to reshare any.
Most of them. I mean, which one? They're all based on something.
Yeah, well, we can just talk about. I guess Mortal Planet. I guess the first 3 basically are all.
Yeah, I mean, Mortal Planet. I had a grand piano. I was working as a roadie in in a theater.
The life of a hard-working musician.
Yeah, you know, when you're a songwriter, early on in your career, you're going to work a lot of jobs to try to supplement playing music and writing songs for a living. And I was working in a theater, and we were loading the show out one night, and the grand piano, an 18-foot Steinway, kind of tipped over and fell on my head, and I ended up on my back for about 5 months. And well, that's not the painful part. The painful part is the piano belonged to Kenny G. So that's a little rough. That's a little rough.
Kenny G beat you up.
Yeah, if it were Stevie Wonder's piano, you know, that's a pretty damn good story. But it's Kenny G, so it's really just more sad. But I ended up in the hospital, and they put you on all these pain pills when you're going through something like that. And so I figured, while I was on all these pain medications, I should take the opportunity to write some songs. You know, if Jim Morrison can do it,
right?
David, so could I. So I ended up writing a couple of these songs, and Immortal Planet was one of the ones that came out of that batch.
Yeah. Well, it's a great CD. I really enjoy it, so we definitely recommend. We'll have links up to pages to cite for everyone.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, or I haven't read the songs in a while. I'm out on the road with Ellis right now, and you know, I play 30 to 35-minute sets, so I play about 6 or 7 songs off the record, and the rest of them I'm looking. Oh yeah, that's right. I did that. That one's good too.
Yeah, and we got in country. That's another great song.
Oh, thanks. That's about our country's eldest bank robber.
Yeah, that's a great story. So that's somebody you should go get the CD just for that little history. So like we talked about before, we've been sipping here the Starr Monticello Reserve Ale,
Charlottesville's own.
And actually Mark Thompson, the brewer owner, actually once told me that Starr does music and beer, and so I know they're supporters of the local music scene. I know they sponsor a lot of festivals, Floyd Fest, maybe Bristol Rhythm and Roots. So they're all about music down there. This is really an interesting beer. It's
good.
From what I hear, you know, it's based on what they thought Jefferson would have brewed. So Jefferson didn't grow barley; he grew wheat and corn. And so they didn't know which percentages of each. So the brewery just actually, who was the brewer on this? So it was Levi who did it. He came up with an idea of what combinations they used. East Kent Goldings hops, which could have been grown at that time period, and it's actually rather flavorful.
It's really good.
This is actually, I think I like this a lot more than their standard the brands.
Yeah, this is really good. And after that drive up here, it's kind of nice to have a cold beer.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think this is just a neat thing that they do is reviving history. And beer was definitely a big part of colonial times.
And music.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's neat because Jefferson didn't actually have a recipe. He just said whatever they had, that's what he was going to brew the beer. So whatever the harvest was that year.
That's pretty
and
cool.
He actually, I think there's a saying here that he didn't even think you could brew beer with a recipe, just because of the, from year to year the harvest was so different.
That's pretty wild.
So it's an interesting beer. It's a seasonal. I don't know how much longer it's available, but you can go to the Starr website and they'll point you in the right direction. So it's the end of January. You have a few months of touring, which you're going to go all over. Obviously, you said you're with Ellis Paul. You also have a date with Philadelphia. It's sort of escaped right now.
Oh, well, I'm down in Asheville.
Daryl Scott.
That's down in Asheville.
Asheville.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm playing at the Grey Eagle in Asheville with Daryl Scott. Yeah, that's gonna be good. He's one of my
awesome.
heroes. So I'm really excited I get a chance to play that show with him, and hopefully it'll go well. He does really well. He's got a new record coming out too this year, so it'll be good timing for both of us to have new CDs out.
Yeah, nice. And then you're going abroad.
Going to Afghanistan in April. I'm going to Herat, Afghanistan, to do some concerts for the troops and do some concerts for the local people in Herat, Afghanistan. And it should be an interesting trip. I'm really looking forward to it.
Good for you for doing that.
Well,
how do you get involved with that? Do you
volunteer?
volunteer, or do they find you?
No, it came across my manager's desk. He called me and said, would you be interested in a trip like this? And I've got a number of buddies that are over there and serving, and I just I play guitar for a living. It's the least I can do, and to go over there. So I said, yeah, get me on a plane tomorrow. I'll go. it takes a little longer to organize a trip like that, so it's coming up in April. But I'm really excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can take a few musicians with me. So Daryl, the bass player that's going with me, he's excited, but his wife is
I'm sure
really pissed off at me.
I'm
But,
sure.
but she's over it. She's cool with it. It'll be a good trip.
Yeah, that's very special. Yeah. That's really cool. So I appreciate you coming with us.
Yeah.
Coming over and joining us, and we'll see you tonight at the Birchmere, and then we'll check your site for when you're back around the area.
I appreciate it, and you know, can I get a bottle of this somewhere?
You can take this one.
No, I want to take it from you. This is good stuff.
Yeah, I have a local beer store that has plenty of this.
Oh, perfect.
So
all right,
good.
there we go.
So cheers, and we'll see you next time. All right, that's it.
That's easy. It's piano do anyhow. This is called Mortal Planet.
No survivors here. If life don't kill you, dying surely will. Run through life like your wrongs will right the way. The St. Peter will slam that gate right in your face. We'll say our prayers at night, but forsaken by day. The devil told me so. The only angel I've met is you. But angels fall like stars fall from the sky, yet they never hit the ground. Angel, where'd you go? We'll say our prayers at night, but forsaken by survivors here. If life don't kill you, dying surely will.